Yo, what's up, my fellow modern minorities? Thank you for joining us once again. Now, this is your boy Kudo, sitting here with my man.
Shiro, how you guys doing? I just want to thank you guys personally for joining us on our first episode. Hope it sparked a lot of conversation among you and your friends. How you doing, Kudo-chan? How's everything?
I'm doing pretty good, man. You know, I'm just tripping out about what's going on in the news these days. I don't know if you heard about this whole deal that's going on in Utah.
Yeah, you know what? Twitterville has really, been popping with a lot of comments here and there. So let's get into it.
Yeah, let me bring the people up to date about what we're talking about. It seems that there's a girl named, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, Keziah Daum, D-A-U-M. Damn. Keziah Daum. I guess she wore a Chinese cheongsam. It's like a Chinese style dress, right, to her prom. Now it seems to upset a lot of people within the Asian American community, and they're crying cultural appropriation. Now a lot of people are calling her closet racist, and one guy on Twitter even called her out on it. And it seems like he has quite the following. Now, I just want to see, what's your take on it, Shiro? I mean, are you offended by this?
Well, Kudo, no, I'm not actually. Let me just get that out the door. I'm not actually. I am. I'm proud. I'm thankful. I'm like, thank you, Ms. Down. Or I'm hoping I'm correctly pronouncing your name correctly. I think it's time for Asian American community to embrace those non-Asians who wear traditional stuff respectfully. I have no problem with that. I know Twitterville these days was triggered by this uproar itself, and you know what? I'm calling them out. Bullshit. Stop this bullshit. We're not her. We don't know what her intent was. People assume that she was racist because she's not white, she's not Asian. She's considered racist just because she wore a Chinese traditional dress. I mean, come on, people. What's wrong with the Asian American community? That guy who Twittered that got 100,000 likes. I mean, come on.
No. I mean, you can't really hate on my boy too much. I mean, he did bring up a lot of strong arguments against it. He said, my culture's not your prom dress. I'm probably not saying verbatim, but he's also said, he's proud of his culture, and it's I guess I'm gonna actually read one of his posts. It says, for it simply to be the subject of American consumerism and cater to the white audience is parallel to colonial ideology. Now, those are some pretty strong statements, and I kind of feel him on that, man. Sometimes you just can't wear a traditional cheongsam, is what they call it here, or qipao or qipao, or even a kimono. I mean, I feel him, My culture is not your prom dress, man. Let's hashtag that.
Okay, Kudo-chan. I understand his point, but here's the thing. I think within the Asian community, we need to pick and choose our battles. We cannot constantly look at these type of things and automatically ding it as racist. We cannot be the SJW crowd. I'm calling that bullshit. We have to, as Asian American community, we gotta say to ourselves, was this truly racist what she did? I personally don't think so. I think we should embrace it. I think what's wrong with the Asian American community is that some of us think like they're like the white American elitist attitude, the SJW bullshit. That what, nobody can touch our culture, only us. No, that's wrong, absolutely wrong. As an Asian American community, there's a bigger problem. Yes, he's right. Consumerism, all that stuff, but you're pointing at the wrong person. That finger pointing should be at Hollywood, should be at America's media. That's what we should be focused on. That should be our energy. of how to change that image within the Asian American community versus Hollywood. And again, that will be our next video when we just further dive deep into that opinion, that thought, that discussion. Asian American versus Hollywood itself. But at this point in time, as a fellow Asian brother, you're picking the wrong crowd. The community should be focusing on the bigger picture. Hollywood and the media, and American media. I want to point that out, American media. Rather than chewing her out, we should say, was there any racist intention? Do we know that? We don't know. We're not there, judge. We went there beside her, asking her and looking at what she's thinking. So for us to prejudge what she's doing as inappropriate is wrong. Let's take it fact for fact. She wore a Chinese dress to her prom. Great. Nothing to it. I see no problem whatsoever. Again, as an Asian American community, we should start embracing Western people or even non-Asians who wear these traditional dresses, whether it's Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Indonesian, Thai, whatever. Any ethnicity, wear it respectfully. We should embrace it rather than closing the fucking door in their face and then shutting that out for anybody else for the opportunity to display or to expose other people, other non-Asians, about the rich traditional culture in the Far East Asian countries. What's your thought, Kudo?
Okay, well, what about that picture of her standing with her friends doing that whole praying hands and slightly bowing gesture that most Asians are known for? I wouldn't say maybe East Asians necessarily. Seems like something Indian people would do from India. I mean, what do you take on that? I mean, I could see how that could rub me the wrong way. It's kind of
yeah,
like, oh, me so Chinese,
right?
Right. I feel it. I could see how it could be taken the wrong way.
No, I'm not gonna disagree with you on that. But again, we're not her. We don't know what she's thinking, what she's doing. Was it distasteful? In my opinion, no. She just put her hand together and just bowed just a little bit. No big deal. What as an Asian American, within the Asian American community, we need to focus on the bigger picture rather than start bitching and start being some elitist asshole telling us what to do. We got enough of those. That's called the American SJWs. We got enough of those assholes on our.
Well, it seems like most of Asia agrees with you. It seems like only Asian Americans are the ones that were offended. A lot of people in China are actually complimenting her on wearing that dress, saying that she actually looked good. And I feel like, are Asian Americans really that sensitive?
No, what it is that we have this. Some Asian Americans have this elitist bullshit attitude that all of a sudden they got some education, thinking that they can start, being these saviors of the Asian American communities and project this SJW bullshit down our throat in Twitterville, Facebook, through social media. I said that fuck that. Fuck you. They're all a bunch of assholes. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't understand that rather than bitching about this little minor issue, they should tackle on the bigger issue. Media, social media, Hollywood. As an Asian American, myself, we don't need that bullshit. What we need to do is that we, as Asian American, need to not be embarrassed and to embrace those people, non-Asians, who, again, wear those dresses respectfully and embrace it. What it does is that it spreads the word among other non-Asian community. That's why Chinese people who are looking at us are laughing. They're like, wait, what's so racist about that? Great, congratulations, wonderful. Just like how Japanese people love when confidently wear among their fellow friends. That's the beauty of it. Rather than closing the door, being closed-minded, embrace it. Say thank you for spreading that culture that maybe those people would never have seen until that girl wore that dress. Again, she wore it to a prom. She didn't wear it to a nightclub or a strip club. She wore it to her most important night in her senior year, the prom.
But where do we draw the line at that? I mean, we have to draw the line somewhere. I mean, would it be okay if Asian people were to show up in like a German lederhosen or a Greek toga to a prom, or like a French, Marie Antoinette style garter belt and all that type of stuff? I mean, where do we draw the line, man?
I mean, again, it all stems to the context of the event itself. Again, it's a case-by-case basis. We just can't blanket out saying, you know what, that's cultural appropriation. F you, you racist little, woman. Stop it. No. We need to step back and look at the bigger picture. If you want to start bitching about, cultural appropriation, being racist, look at fucking Hollywood. Look at how they portray Asian Americans. So again, that will be another video. But at this point in time, those are the things that as Asian Americans, we should be focusing on. We should be banging on those doors rather than this poor girl who just simply said, hey, I love Chinese dresses. I want to show my love by wearing it to prom. What's the big deal? What's the big fuss? Rather than closing the door, let's open it up, embrace it, just like every other culture does. What do you think, Kudo-chan?
Well, I just think to some Chinese people, it's not like a big deal because that type of dress is not really like a high class dress. It's not sacred, it's not that meaningful to them. A lot of times if you were to see somebody wearing that, they would be like a waitress or, a touristy type of job, more for, instead of it would be like a high class and type of event, which is the prom. And prom, you have certain type of formal wear that you're supposed to wear. You just can't show up wearing a kimono. You have to show up wearing looking like Cinderella, pretty much. I don't know what kind of dress that is, but almost like a bride. It's a Western event. They don't celebrate prom in Asia, do they?
No, they don't. But the key is that as Asian American community, we shouldn't be triggered by these SJWs, nanny pooping Asian Americans dictating, what we as a community think. No, and I'm here to tell you, we think we have different opinions and we think differently.
Well, you can't hate them on too much. They're our brothers, and this guy actually made a strong point, Shiro.
Yes, Kudo. I'm not.
I stand by him.
No,
thank you for standing up for us. I know it's just that one guy. There's other people who are following him, and he had like 42,000 people, 42,000 likes.
But yeah, all props to him. But then again, there's another side and another point, another view that as Asian American, in the Asian community, Asian American community, that yes, there are also other people that says, screw you, we don't follow your bullshit, but we look at the bigger picture and let's try to work together to change the bigger beast, which is Hollywood and American media and how they portray Asian America. For that, listen to our next episode. Hope you join us. Anything else you want to say, Kudo, before we leave?
Jeremy, man, don't worry, bro. Haters gonna hate. I got your back. Shiro, is there a message you would like to tell Keisha Down, Miss Down?
Miss Down, just be yourself. I know, hopefully, you weren't making this as a racist intent. Again, I don't know you personally. I see that you pay respect. You look lovely in that dress. Hope to see you soon in a kimono. Peace.
Peace.